Goodbye 1 seed, I guess. Chiefs lose to the Bills 20-17 on a game where they did it. They shot themselves in the foot again. It just seems like it happens consistently and often that this team just doesn't know how to win games late in the fourth quarter. That's happened multiple times this year. I mean, you talk about from last week with the Packers to now this week with the Bills to even back to week 1 against the freaking Lions. You just can't come up clutch. You got a chance to go out and just get a field goal, and you shoot yourself in the foot. Offsides call on Kadarius Toney. Offsides or not, I think he was, but at the same time, you never see that called in that position. Just a wild thing that happened, and unfortunately, it hurt the Chiefs and really hurt their chances for the 1 seed. Josh Allen had a pretty nice game, 233 in the air, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Cook had 58 yards on the ground, and he was the leading rusher. Josh Allen also had 10 carries. He had 32 yards and 1 touchdown. Dawson Knox, 3 for 36. But Mahomes, 25 for 43, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And quite honest with you, he did not look good. There were throws that he missed, and there were just times where it was like, I don't understand how you're the number 1 quarterback in the football league, in the National Football League. I don't want to sit here and dog Mahomes because he is by far one of the best quarterbacks of our generation and maybe the best quarterback of all time. But to be that, to live with the greats like Tom Brady, like Joe Montana, you have to play consistent year in and year out and make basic throws. And he didn't do that today, to be quite honest with you. There were multiple times where I don't know if his receivers were off base, if he was off base, but it was just miscommunication, lack of effort, lack of discipline, and Mahomes just wasn't making throws. I think that's the thing. The interception, just unfortunate, batted up in the air, and early in the game, linebacker popped it up and grabbed it out of the air. That's not really on him, but at the same time, he had a couple passes swatted down, and maybe something to think about to try and loft it a little more at those situations. Obviously, that's just going to happen throughout the game, though. But I don't know if Mahomes is the only one to blame for the loss. I don't know if he is to blame at all. I mean, maybe he isn't. But I want you to let me know who is to blame for this loss today versus the Bills. Is it the coaching staff? Is it, I know Matt Nagy doesn't call plays, but the schemes he's putting together is just not good. It doesn't work, and overall, it's been a detriment to this offense this entire year. Is it him? Is it the defense for not being able to hold the Bills to less than 20? I mean, I just feel bad for this defense. Obviously, it started off bad, allowing early 14 points, but then, since then, 6 points till the end of the game. You can't really knock him for that. Just 2 field goals. Tyler Bass. That's all it was. That's all it was. Chiefs offense versus Bills. He had 346 in the total, 264 of it through the air, and 82 on the ground. 4.6 average is actually pretty good, to be honest. But the 2 turnovers, 1 interception, and the fumble by Mr. Rashee Rice, the rookie who caught another touchdown, has 6 on the year. He's looking like a really good prospect the Chiefs have and got in the second round out of SMU. Honestly, he's been the second best rookie wide receiver, right behind Puka Nacua over with the Rams. And the time of possession, though, once again favoring the Chiefs' opponent. They only had it for 24-39. And obviously the Bills, if you do the math, they had it for around 35. So it's just an unfortunate situation. Isaiah Pacheco was out of this game, so Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you're the next man up. He had 11 carries for 39 yards, 7 of it long. Not bad. He had over 60 yards when you combine it with passing. And he honestly looked pretty effective out there at times. I think it's just hard because you have a guy like Isaiah Pacheco that you are confident in, that you know can carry the ball for 20-plus times a game and be fine. And now you're having to switch to Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Jerick McKinnon, who only had 4 carries for 19 yards. I was a little surprised. I kind of thought we'd see more of McKinnon. It seemed like he was just kind of lost in everything. We didn't really see him in the light that I think he is used to. He did score a touchdown, but at the same time, McKinnon just continued to be the third down back. And although I know that's his job, when he's labeled as the RB2 on your depth chart, you would expect to see him come in when you lose your RB1, and we didn't see that. I'm not knocking Clyde. I'm just kind of interested to see why that was and where we missed on Jerick McKinnon, why he wasn't getting more opportunities. Now, the receivers, I said that Clyde had 60 combined. It's because he had 29 through the air on 2 catches. It was doing pretty nice. So Rashee Rice, 7 receptions for 72 yards and 1 touchdown. Travis Kelce, 6 receptions for 83 yards, although it didn't really feel like it. He kind of just was lost in this game with his 83 yards. He had a really good catch back half of the second quarter. Overall, though, it's just one of those things of, I think with Kelce, you expect so much of him that when he does something that's not spectacular, it is like, whoa, what happened? So, I mean, 6 for 83 for a tight end is really good. But when you don't have many receivers, it's kind of tough. Rashee Rice, though, a nice 7-catch, 72-yard performance. The kid's a stud. He's wide receiver 1, in my opinion. Kadarius Toney. I am going to be the first to say, you got to be more disciplined to not get that offsides called. Every time you step up to the line, especially in important scenarios, you step up, you get your little set, and then you point. You ask the ref, hey, am I onside? He didn't do that. And so, flag came. And what's funny is, that was a touchdown. It was a pass to Kelce, caught. He threw a lateral back to Kadarius Toney, who scored a touchdown, we thought. And it was called back because his foot was on the line, and he was deemed offsides. Carl Chafers has a way of getting into every single game he officiates with the Chiefs. I'm not saying it was the ref's fault. I think he was clearly offside, but at the same time, you can't knock it that every time Carl Chafers refs a Chiefs game, guess what? The officials get involved in some way. I will say this, though. You need to support the Chiefs no matter what, and if you want to go to a game, want to go to Arrowhead, want to go to hopefully a playoff game, wherever that might be, then get your tickets from Game Time. It's the reason we're here. It's the reason we're talking to you. It's the reason we have the lights on in this studio. Now, Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets, not just for sports, but they also have music, comedy, and theater events in your area. Now, you shouldn't have to worry about buying tickets to your next big event, and Game Time is going to give you the peace of mind when buying tickets with their best price guarantee. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. They have last-minute tickets, flash deals, and zone deals. I'm telling you, Game Time is obsessed with finding ways to help you save on money. And with their zone deals, like I mentioned, you pick a section, and then Game Time will pick the seat to get an average of 18% of savings. It's amazing. Plus, their app is super user-friendly. You go in there, you can see your tickets pretty much right there. I gotta be honest, I use Game Time a lot. I mean, I actually used it last weekend to go to one of the college football championship games, and I got my tickets the day before for the cheapest price around. It was super, super awesome. And it tells you the cheapest price, and it updates it on the hour, basically. So you can go in there, click, and honestly see your seat, what you're going to pay for before you even get in the stadium with the little 360 view. It's pretty nice. Plus, if you use our code ChiefsChat, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. So here's what you're going to do. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and then use that code ChiefsChat, and you're going to get $20 off. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHIEFS, CHAT, ChiefsChat, this code right here, and you will get $20 off. Download Game Time today. I'm telling you, they got the last-minute tickets at the lowest price guarantee. The Bills' offense versus the Chiefs. 327 yards, 209 passing, 118 rushing, just the one turnover. Now, was it a great pick by Shamari Connor, the rookie safety who we had a lot of prowess for in the preseason? Yeah, that was great. I think that was one of the bright spots of the game. But the possession, 34 minutes for them. I'd like to see the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hand more. And there was a bunch of 3-and-outs that just were kind of baffling. And this offense played well. You see the total offense, though, was less than the Chiefs. You held a pretty good offense to less than 350. This team scored. They had 500 yards against the Eagles, and you held them to 327. I just don't know what to say about this game. James Cook had a phenomenal game, both passing and receiving and rushing. He had 58 yards on 10 carries on the ground. And then receiving-wise, he had 5 catches for 83 yards with 1 touchdown. So homeboy literally was an absolute monster. Overall, over 100 yards combined on both these. He was a big reason why the Bills got the win today. And you can't knock it. Kid played well. Stephon Diggs, though, opposite. He was shut down. 4 receptions, 24 yards, no touchdowns, and then 9 for the long. He also dropped a couple passes as well. So it's just kind of tough because you look at these options and you see that Stephon Diggs only had 24 yards and 4 catches. Oh, you must have won, right? No, you just couldn't. You couldn't get anything going. And guess what? It really hurts because this was the game that, I'm not going to say starts the downfall necessarily, but it sets you up to where the 1 seed is so far out of reach at this point, you need an insane amount of help. Because you're going to have the Ravens lose twice. You're going to have the Dolphins, if they win tomorrow, lose twice in the last 4 weeks. And then on top of which, you're going to have to win out. And I'm not saying that you're going to be able to not win out when you have the Patriots, the Raiders, the Bengals, the Chargers. But at the same time, it just doesn't exactly fit the whole mantra of this is the Chiefs' time. This is the Chiefs' way of going in here and playing out this season. And it just freaking stinks. So we have to ask the question now. What seed in the AFC will Kansas City finish with? Because here's the thing. The Broncos are on your tail now. The Broncos have really come back and have been playing amazing football, and now they are just one game behind you. So, will the Chiefs even win the division? I think it's crazy to ask, but we have to. You're one game back, or one game ahead, rather. Time is now, and time is ticking. It sucks, but you got to deal with what you got. And now you're going to have to work your way through its loaded playoffs. But the good news is we're going to help you out. We're going to tell you what the Chiefs are doing, what moves they're making, how they are working to better themselves here in this last little run of the season with the 4 games left. Make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/ChiefsTV, to stay up to date with the Chiefs. Like I said, we'll have news, we'll have rumors, we'll have everything up to date. We'll have Patrick Mahomes' post-game press conference. We'll have everything talking about that in future videos. But right now, we appreciate you watching. And as always, Chiefs Kingdom, peace out.